Welcome to SportsLink, your link to local sports. Dave Delgado here. Today we're going to talk to GFA President Tino San Gil, several projects in the works for the GFA. We'll also hear from GDOE ESA League Director Al Garrido, Joey Miranda from the GNOC, and Dr. Louis Cruz about the start of GDOE sports. But first off, some rugby news on Simon Sanchez High School senior Keikoa Tenorio Toves, who's going to be taking his talent stateside. Tell us a little bit about the school you'll be attending, and what do you know about the rugby team there?
Cool. I'm attending American International College. It's located in Springfield, Massachusetts. They're competing in the Division I level, so that's great, honestly. In 2015 to 2017, they went to the East Conference Championship for the rugby league, and I want to join their team and hopefully I could make a role and play a difference. And
you'll be receiving an academic presidential scholarship, planning on studying physical therapy. How excited was your family to hear the news that your talents and what you've grown to love and do is going to help alleviate some of that financial burden for your education?
We were super excited about everything, man. It was such a great blessing. When I found out I was receiving a presidential scholarship, I couldn't believe it at all. I was so excited but nervous at the same time, leaving my family off island. I've worked so hard for this, and I just want to continue my growth in the game and in knowledge of school and stuff.
How is playing rugby on Guam prepared you for playing rugby now at the next level, you think?
It prepared me a lot, honestly. It all started back in 2016. My first time ever playing rugby, I went out to wedding one touch session, and then I fell in love with the sport from then on. The men's taught me a lot through competing at a higher pace, using different ways, different strategy, attacking at different angles. They taught me a lot, and it really helped me playing in the high school league.
You were a 3-year starter at Simon Sanchez. You played a big role in helping the team get to the title game. What are you going to remember most during these difficult times, just being an athlete at Simon Sanchez?
The thing I remember most is the camaraderie of my team. It was the brotherhood that always kept me pushing through hard times, good times, everything like that. They pushed me to strive for the better. Those guys really played a major role in the game of rugby. My coaches especially, they helped me throughout this whole entire journey, even through this collegiate thing too. They helped me to find different colleges. They helped me put out more applications. They told me to strive for better, and I don't want to let them down.
Tell us about how the recruiting process was and how you were able to get into AIC.
So it all started, my mom always pushed me to send applications. You're going to go college. It was a have to. So I sent out as much applications to many different colleges as I can. And then one day, AIC coach just hit me up and said, "Hey man, can we just schedule a Zoom meeting?" And after that, it went smooth from there on out.
What do you know about the competition and the schools that they face?
Oh, the competition is great back there. One of the teams we'll be challenging is St. Mary's. One of my boys I traveled with for the national team, Matias Calvo, was there. I know he can bring a big punch into the game, and it's always a challenge. Everything is a challenge in life, but it's whether or not you take these challenges and use it to your advantage.
You traveled to compete and represent Guam in the third Asian School U18 Rugby 7 Championships in Malaysia. What was that experience like for you?
Oh, it was such a great experience just to see the different level of competition back there, seeing what other countries and teams we have to face, see what their skills, their advantages and stuff. But Guam is a very competitive team, and we always been a competitive team. I believe that we can compete with anyone in the world as long as we stay focused and dedicated to the sport and put our hearts out on the field.
From now until you leave, what are some of the things you'll be focusing on, getting your body right and making sure your grades are in place for you to head off island?
First things first, I have to graduate school. I'm still a senior in high school, like you said, but grades and stuff, it's always been really easy for me. It's getting the work done right away, turning it in. Then the physical part, I've been working out more often. I've been running more, and putting work in. I asked my counselor to put 2 gym classes in for me, so that's double the amount of work. So I'm pushing harder and harder every day.
What are some of the advice you have for some of the underclassmen who have hopes of, playing sports at the college level? In years past, this is something that, was far fetched, but now year after year, more of our student athletes are able to attain playing sports at the collegiate level.
My advice to them is never give up. Never give up on what you believe in. Always have faith and always trust God's plan and what He's doing up there. Always stay focused on what you aim to do, and yeah, never give up.
Anybody out there you want to thank?
Oh, I want to thank my family, my coaches especially. They helped me through this whole entire thing. My friends for staying there right beside me through thick and thin. I would like to thank my grandpa. He's played a very major role in my life. He's the reason why I want to become a physical therapist. He was a physical therapist himself, and he's just been there for me since I was a little kid.
Tino San Gil, president of the GFA. We're here to talk about some of the facilities and their plans for some of the projects lined up.
Yes, Dave. What happened is we needed to extend the lease for the properties because FIFA has these guidelines that they will not fund projects if it's under 20 years, if the lease is under 20 years. And the property here in Harmon had only 9 more years. Okay. And then also the same thing happened with Agate. Agate only had 19 years left. So we needed to secure additional years in order for us to fulfill the mandate of FIFA, in order for us to get the funding to go ahead with the project. So there's going to be projects in Agate. We're building 2 fields there. We're building a natural grass field and an artificial pitch. And then for Harmon here, we're also changing our artificial turf and also improving the lights to LED on our lower pitch. Some of the other projects that we're looking at is also in Chalampago. Chalampago, right next to the Ordet Elementary School. We're looking at building another facility there. And that property has been purchased by FIFA. And projects include an artificial turf and another natural grass turf.
In 2016, FIFA first adopted its forward development, which provides a 360-degree tailor-made support for football development in each of their member associations and the 6 confederations. So developing and supporting football across the globe. Guam has definitely benefited. The GFA continues to give back to the island's youth and has helped grow the sport tremendously.
Yes, so all these fundings that FIFA has been given to all the countries or all the MAs around the world, Guam has benefited. In fact, we benefited a lot because we're such a small country compared to the other countries where they have to, spread the wealth. But since we're such a small island, we're able to utilize it to improve all aspects of our football association here.
The GFA is big on athlete development, courses offered for coaches and referees. Talk about the importance of staying up to date with the rest of the world.
So what's been happening since the pandemic, we've been on a shutdown mode. So FIFA took the time and this opportunity to start educating everyone in our staff, including referees, including coaches, including admin, including media, marketing media. So what they did was they took the time to go about and even to restructure our statutes, okay, worldwide. So this has been a real benefit for our island because now our staff are educated and we have more weapons to go out and fulfill our mission.
The national teams and junior national teams have been practicing. What can we expect as far as play or any competition in the near future?
As you as you know, we still have 3 more World Cup matches. We still have to play China. It's supposed to be here. We're supposed to play Syria here. And then we also are supposed to play Philippines in Philippines. But because of this pandemic, we had to go back and redo everything because of all the travel restrictions. So what we came out with is we're going to be playing in a bubble. And China has made an offer to host our group of 5 national teams, which is China, Syria, Philippines, Guam, and Maldives. And so we're looking at heading to Shanghai in June to fulfill the final 3 matches that is required for our FIFA World Cup second round.
Crossing our fingers, high school sports gets back into play. Has there been any talks of GFA continuing to host any high school matches or even middle school matches?
We've been in negotiation, but apparently, you know, it all depends on the public health, and of course, through the mandates of public health and the protocols. We here at GFA, we have very high protocols, and you know, we're looking at it, and we showed it to public health, and you know, we're just waiting for the word if we can play again.
And another great thing, you guys continue to give back to the community. I see that at the GFA, you guys were hosting, was it drive-in movies?
Triple J is one of GFA's main sponsors. So Jeff Jones, Triple J, approached us and see if we can do a drive-in movie. So we said, okay, you know, the community needs this time, you know, to get together, but of course through social distancing. But in all, it turned out really well. The community enjoyed the movie, and also GFA is really glad to help out.
With me, Al Garrido, ESA League Director, Joey Miranda from the GNOC, and of course, Dr. Lewis Cruz. GDOE Sports getting closer to starting. This is another big step moving forward, partnering up with GNOC and other organizations, lending their hand in their expertise. Tell us about the upcoming training for ESA coaches and athletes.
Well, we're really excited about this upcoming training. We can't say enough about how valuable we feel our partnership with GNOC is. GNOC provides us the expert resources to give the proper type of education that we want to give to our athletes and our coaches. As a matter of fact, as soon as the link went out, we had our coaches and athletes started registering. So they're really excited to get this going. You can tell they're excited for sports to start. And of course, with that comes along the education that they all have to have.
Joey, for the GNOC to put their name on something, it definitely has to believe in what the organization has planned. What will be some of the topics that will be discussed and information that coaches and athletes should be aware of?
The theme of this event is return to sport, which will begin with a conversation with our physicians, including Dr. Lewis Cruz, who is here with us today, and Dr. Arania Arielson. They'll be talking about COVID-19 and the Return to Sport program. Right after that, we have a Return to Sport with My Plate, nutrition guide to a healthy body, alongside Lenore McKella and Rose Calvo. And then we'll close it out with preparing your return to sport with our physiotherapists, which include Chris Fernandez and Dr. Ryan Claros.
Well, Dr. Cruz, young athletes have to build a good habit now. You've been around elite athletes. It's not about just the training part of their regimen, but also about what they put in their body for optimal performance and how they recover.
Yes, that's absolutely right, Dave. So what we want to talk about is how COVID-19 is changing sports and how to participate in sports safely and to prevent any COVID-19 transmission. That's going to be an added layer that many coaches, many student athletes are not accustomed to. I mean, hopefully they are accustomed to now within their families, but it's sort of transferred to sports that can be taking time to get used to, as far as wearing your mask, not sharing equipment, and all those things that can contribute to spread of COVID-19. So, I mean, as we see sports are being played in the mainland, in the States. There are it's causing a disruption, right? And it's canceled games. It's put, one Florida basketball athlete was hospitalized. So we want to try and return to sport safely, and because these are our children, and and we need to help protect them and to help them understand, as well as their families, the coaches, the entourage, that we can return to sport safely and prevent COVID-19 transmission.
What advice can you give to student athletes and their parents?
Right. So the main thing that we want to address when returning to sport and that's what Dr. Chris Fernandez and Dr. Ryan Claros would cover as physiotherapists, on how to get your body prepared to come back to sport. Returning too soon, returning too fast can increase your risk of injuries, and we wouldn't want that to happen. And trying to just educate them on preparing your body also, and it all starts with what you eat, and then working with stretches, assessing your own personal fitness, and families can help in trying to really enforce these COVID-19 guidelines. And also, a lot of patience will be needed as everyone gets through this. This is an unprecedented time that we're going through, and trying to just be patient as we go along in returning to sport.
And what can athletes be doing at home in order to just stay ready for competition?
So again, they can be doing sort of light activities, sport-specific activities. So for example, with soccer, you want to do the dribbling that doesn't require another person to participate, right? So with basketball, working, on your dribbling, on just your sport-specific skills that you don't need another player to be involved with. So also getting your body ready with stretches, with body weight exercises, and doing that in a progressive manner that doesn't increase your risk for injury.
Well, Joey, the GNOC getting involved, these are going to be our future athletes that are going to be representing Guam down the road, hopefully after college, after high school. And for the GNOC to step in and offer their help really speaks a lot about the organization there.
Yes, and that is the main purpose. They are the future of our athletes. Some of them are already on our national federation rosters. So we want to make sure that there's continuity throughout. And one of the reasons why we decided to team up with ISA was to make sure that we have a base that we can work with for the future of our national federations and the NOC. We're teaming up not only with the students, but also with the coaching programs. And hopefully we can provide more assistance with certification processes, as well as education for both the students and the coaches.
And Al, for a lot of the coaches that are leading teams, this is a perfect way for them to continue to get certified and gain more knowledge, because during these trying times, a lot of the coaches had to be resourceful and creative in what they're trying to do.
Our coaches are going out there. A lot of them are excited about all of this training. As a matter of fact, we did require them to get extra training through COVID-19 through NFHS, which provides training for them as well. And we look forward to this supplemental training through G.
And how can athletes and coaches register for the upcoming event?
We have a link that is out already that was been set out through the media. And we're also going to be providing that link through our social media. It should be out by no later than tonight. So the ESA League social media through Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Doc, anything else you want to add?
Yes, and I know everyone is excited about getting sports started. Everyone wants to see sports starting, and we all know the importance of sport that benefits not only their physical fitness, but also their mental health. And I think with this pandemic, we've been sort of seeing a lot more about isolation and socialization issues. So we want to get these athletes out there. We want to do it in a safe manner, and then also just help educate them and how to do it safely, and also just realize that the power of sport can help also bring communities together as well.
Joey, any last words?
We'll see you on Saturday, and thank you for your support also, as well as the EISA.
Al, anything?
Oh, I echo the same sentiments. We look forward to educating our coaches and our athletes. We'll see them all on Saturday.